लालम।
लाल।
लाल।
मेरा
ఏం చేస్తున్నావు?
Please put off your mic. Who is Shaurya? Please enter with your register number. Shaurya, please enter with
Shaurya.
your register number.
लाल।
Right. A very good morning to one and all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
So please turn off your mics. Okay. Right. So
Good morning, sir.
okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Please put off your mics. Right. So in the last class, we already solved few basic problems regarding of your rolling contact bearings. Still, there are some other models regarding of your different, not models, the formulas are same, but the application may be different and the asking may be different. So that in this class, we try to discuss some of the problems based on a different kinds of model and the approach, how you supposed to approach for those problems, especially. And my request is you please enter whenever the class starts, or at least try to enter the classroom at least 15 minutes. It take 15 minutes, but still many number of people are after 15 minutes also they are entering into the classroom, right? So already I mentioned that we are having every in time and out time. So we will consider only for the genuine cases, right? So please keep it this point in your mind. And next thing is, still some of the members are enter with their names in the classroom. Still. So please enter with your register number, then only we will consider. We will consider for attendance. Right? Please enter with your register number, not with names. Right? So this is the third week. Right? So every time I am saying that, keep on saying this point. But still some of the members are entering. So you please see yourselves. Right? Okay, fine. Right. So in this class, right. So the problem is here. So just simply I read down the problem. I will explain. Just please pay attention. And how you solve the problem is, you please observe. Right? Fine. So here I am considering a single row deep groove ball bearing. A single row deep groove ball bearing has a dynamic load capacity of 40500. So the number is 40500. So 40500 newtons and operates on the following working cycle. So here please observe that here the point is you are having a dynamic load capacity of loading condition in terms of newtons, and it is working on a cycle. So whenever you are having a working on a cycle means blindly you can go for the what we call as the repeated load or fluctuating load or different type of loading condition. That means you are having one formula. Already we discussed one formula, somewhat equivalent load condition P equal to cube root of some N1 P1 cube plus N2 PT cube. Likewise, you are having some formula. Whenever your loading condition is working on a work cycle, operate on a cycles, or whenever in a given problem you will find that different loading conditions and different speeds or different operating conditions, blindly you can go for this dynamic loading conditions, or you can say that cyclic loading condition or whatever it is. Blindly you can consider the formula as easily. So that is the basic point. So remember or please underline the work cycles. Right. Next, here radial load of first one is a radial load of 5000 newtons at 500 rpm for 25% of the time. Please observe that radial load of 5000 newtons at 500 rpm for 25% of the time. Second one is radial load of 10,000 newtons at 700 rpm for 50% of the time. Radial load of 10,000 newtons at 700 rpm for 50% of the time. And third one is radial load of 7,000 newtons at 400 rpm. At 400 rpm for remaining time. For remaining time. Right. Now calculate the expected life of the bearing. Calculate the expected life of the bearing. So this is a very, very interesting problem. Very, very interesting problem. Based upon whatever, still someone is going on your mic. Right. So whenever you are having this kind of model, especially while you go through this problem, you please keep some points on your mind. Right? What are those points is simply while you are solving this kind of problem, first thing is you will observe. You will observe whether you only calculate the life of the bearing or is there any other things are to be calculated. That is the first point. And before that, you have to conclude that, or you have to conclude that, or you came to conclude that this problem is based on a working cycle, number of work cycles. Then only you came to know that then what type of a formulas are suitable for this particular kind of a model of the problem. Is there any additional information is given, or is there any additional what we called requirements are required for to solve the problem? All those things are to be observed, especially this kind of problem. If they are calculated only loading condition, it is easy for you. Directly apply the formula. But if they are asked for the remaining things like life in hours or life of cycles, then simply you have to clearly observe these points. Very, very important point. Before you solve this kind of a problem, especially. Right? And one more point is here. Every time, whenever you are having a different loading condition, different speed. See, you will observe in the first point, a radial load of 5000 newtons at 500 RPM. And second point is load of 10,000 newtons, 700 RPM. And time is also different. So load is different, speed is different, and time is also varying. Everything is varying. So you please observe this one. You please observe this point. Sometimes they ask for the, in terms of percentages, sometimes they're asked for the 1/4 of the time, half of the time, or remaining times likewise. So whatever the question format it is, right? The procedure is same. But you try to understand the format of the question. That is the reason why I given this problem. Right? You try to solve 2 problems on this model, then you can easily understand. You can solve many number of
voice
problems.
is not clear, sir.
Then you can clearly understand. Then you can clearly understand many number of problems if you solve these 2 problems especially. Okay? Am I clear? Now am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir, it's clear.
Right. Now you please go through the solution, Amma. Now we have to go through the solution. Now what is the solution here? Here you try to tabulate one table. Why we require table means just simply now to simplify your problem we require table, right? There is no mandatory, but in order to simplification of your problem only, we are putting those information in a table manner, right? If you are very much thorough, by practicing, if you are thorough with your formula, then you can directly apply. No need to worry. No need to worry. Right? Each and everything. So first one is in a column you are having a element number. Element number means how many number of cycles you are having. First one is element number. Second one is the loading condition. And here the third one is the time. Time here they are giving in terms of percentages. So I convert into 0.25, 0.5 and remaining percentages. Right? Always you have to consider with respect to 100%. So 20%, 50% and remaining is 25%. So 0.25, 0.5 and 0.25. Now the speed. So third one is speed. And fourth one is your number of revolutions. So why I am taking the number of revolution, total number of revolutions here. Total, in order to calculating the total number of revolutions for each and every loading condition for different speeds and different times. You please observe that in a given table column. Suppose I will explain one column. Suppose you take element number 1. If you consider element number 1 in a given data, element number 1 means first cycle. Take first cycle. Take first cycle means load is simply 5000 newtons. A load is 5000 newtons. And those 5000 newtons will be operated at 25% of the time. So I am writing 25%. That means 0.25%. At how much speed? So 500 RPM speed. Right? So 500 RPM speed. Now you can calculate the number of revolutions. So 500 into 0.25 with a given time. With a given time, how many number of revolutions it will take? So 125. Similarly, you can consider table number 2. Table number 2 means second cycle. In a second cycle, you are having 10,000 hours. In a second cycle, you are having 10,000 hours. At what loading condition? I mean, at what time you are having 50% of the time. Suppose instead of 50% of the time, you are having 1/4 of a revolution or 1/4 of a speed. Then 1/4 into speed of revolutions. Then you will get the total number of that particular loading condition, that particular time you will get total number of revolutions or total number of speed you will get. So that is the reason why I will put all this information in a table. Next, third column is mentioned for third cycle. Third cycle is loading condition is 7,000 newtons at 400 rpm at 25% of the time. Here remaining time is first one is 25%, second one is 50%. So remaining time is 25. Almost you can consider for 100%, remaining time is also 25%. Right? Now you can calculate what is the total time and total number of revolutions. Now simply put those information in a given formula. So what is the actual formula you are having? So already you are having number of formulas with you also. So that for a working cycle, whenever you are having a number of working cycles are given, I told you that directly blindly you can put this formula. This is the basic formula. So P equal to cube root of N1 P1 cube, N2 P2 cube, and N3 P3 cube by N1 plus N2 plus N3, because you are having only 3 cycles. Suppose what happens if you are having 5 cycles or 10 cycles, then formula will be N1 P1 cube plus N2 P2 cube plus N3 P3 cube plus N4 P4 cube plus N5 P5 cube, likewise so on, depending upon the number of cycles and number of loading condition P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. Likewise, you have to consider depending upon the number of working cycles. This formula will depends. So P is the equivalent load we are calculating. So N1, N2, N3 is the total number of revolutions, that is 575. I substitute in the given relation and you will get 8860.06 newtons. 8860.06 newtons. Now you will calculate the life of a bearing. So life of a bearing you are supposed to calculate here, right? So life of a bearing, in order to calculate the life of a bearing, first the formula will be already you know the formula. So directly by rearranging the terms, you will get L10 equal to C by PE whole power 3. Why you are giving whole power 3? So similarly as usual, whether it is a ball bearing or roller bearing, you can consider. Based on that, you will get P value. P value whether it may be a 3 or 10 by 3. It purely depends upon the type of a bearing. Here we are using a ball bearing, right? So according to that, you can consider the P value. Simply substitute in the given relation, you will get the value, right? So this is very, very simple relation and simple explanation. Very, very simple explanation we are required here. The point is, it is very, very simple problem, but based on this problem, you can solve many number of problems. So how you will get the problem in the examination? So here in this case, it is a simple problem. Directly equivalent load calculated and life of bearing. L10 value, L10 value are calculated. But here in the examination, they may ask for the radial load condition and axial load condition also sometimes. Or sometimes they may ask for the static load carrying capacity C0 value also. Right? Sometimes they may ask for the question with respect to bearing number like your previous problem. Right? In the last class, we already solved based on your bearing number. So question may be varied problem to problem. Sometimes they may give the data and they ask for the suitable bearing number. So all those things are according to your problem approach and the data that you have to consider from your data book. Right? All these formulas are available in your data book. All these formulas, no need to by heart. No need to by heart. Just simply understand the problem, that is sufficient. It is more than enough. And practice the problem. Just simply copy the formula in your data book and simply put on your answer sheet. That is sufficient. My very, very important request is please understand the terminology. Understand the terminology. Then you will get through the examination. Whatever the problem it is given, you will easily get through the examination. Right? So this is
revolution of elements accuracy, sir. Question lone.
Amma?
Revolution of elements n ఉంది కదా 125 30.
125. See here Revolution in elements is for one cycle. You please understand.
question.
You please put off your mic, then I will explain. Here, you please observe that here we are considering with respect to time and with respect to load and with respect to speed. You please understand the term. I am saying that every cycle will vary. You please observe in a given formula. You please observe in a given formula. Right. You please observe in a given formula in speed here. Right. So what is the value of n you are having? While you are calculating n value, you have to put total n value of 575. Number of revolutions. Total 575 you will consider. Okay, am I clear? N value is 575. Not single value you have to consider because it is a cycle, working cycle. You will calculate into, you have to convert into equivalent loading condition. So the total life of the bearing is not for a single cycle, for total bearing. Okay, so that you will get n value equal to total 575. Total n value is 575. Am I clear at this point?
సార్ ఈ ఎన్ 125 350 అవి ఎలా రాశారని అడుగుతున్నారు సార్.
Okay, 125 350 simply multiply 500 into 0.25.
Yes, sir.
500 into 0.25, 700
Yes, sir, yes,
into
sir.
0.5, 400 into 0.25.
ఎస్ సార్.
Okay,
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
all right. My 347 n value, I am clearly mentioning. Maybe your doubt is n value is L10 into 10 power 6 by 60 into n. Where you are having
sir.
n value, I will tell you that whenever in a given formula n value is meant for total n value, total speed, that is total 575. Total 575 means 125 plus 350 plus 100. Then you will get 575. Total n value, that is. Not single cycle. You please remember that. You're not supposed to apply for a single cycle, single load, or what we call single time, single speed. Always you have to convert into, already I mentioned that in a given note, given formula also I already mentioned. Whenever you are having a different loading condition, you have to convert into a equivalent loading condition. Always we will bother about the equivalent load. Whatever the load or what are the speeds that are acting on your bearing, total loads and total speeds we will consider. Right? Then you will observe the second problem easily. Right? Right. Right. You please observe this point, same problem. Then you can easily understand. Right. I'll just simply read out the problem. Here also you are giving a ball bearing. A ball bearing is operating on a work cycle of consisting of 3 parts. 3 parts means 3 cycles, simply 3 parts. A radial load of 3000 newtons at 1440 rpm for 1 quarter cycle. For 1 quarter cycle. And second one, a radial load of 5000 newtons at 720 rpm for half cycle. For half cycle. And a radial load of 2500 newtons at 1440 rpm for remaining cycles. Right. The expected life of bearing is 10,000 hours. Calculate the dynamic load carrying capacity of the bearing. The dynamic load carrying capacity of the bearing. Just simply without, so we cannot more than zoom. Okay, no problem. So just by simply looking at the given data, just try to write down what is the actual things that are given and what is the total speed. Then you can easily understand this problem. Just try to calculate what are the total speeds. Total speeds. And what are the number of working cycles here. So I am explaining again. Here we are having 3 cycles. 3 cycles. 3 working parts means 3 cycles. A ball bearing is operating on a work cycle consisting of 3 parts. 3 parts means 3 working cycle. First cycle is operating. Here also we are having only one loading condition, radial load. And keep on applying only radial load. Here in particular bearing, only radial load is acting. No axial load, only radial load. At 3000 newtons at 1440 rpm for 1 quarter cycle. And second load is operating at 5000 newtons, 720 rpm for half cycle. And third load is acting at 2500 newtons at 1440 rpm for remaining cycles. So here whenever I will tell you that percentage given means 100%. Likewise here you are having half or 1/4, like means you have to consider for one value. One value. You have to calculate for one value. Right? Right. Now try to calculate what is the total speed? Try to calculate what is the total speed. Total speed. Total speed is nothing but your speed of rotation of different cycles. So what is the total speed, Amma? Can you post on your chat box? Total speed. What is the total speed? One zero 80. Only 3 people. 4 1080. One zero 80. Right. So many number of 1080s are seen on the screen. Right. I hope this you understand the same thing will apply on your previous problem also. Same thing in this problem also. In the last problem, you are having in terms of percentages, and here you are having just in terms of number of cycles in terms of numerator and denominator value, fraction values. You can say that. You can say that in a fraction values they have mentioned. That is the only difference. That is the only difference. Now after calculating the n value, I already told you that then directly can go for, because this problem is based on a work cycles. Work cycle means you are having a dynamic loading conditions. Now calculate what is the equivalent load. Calculate equivalent load. Now calculate equivalent load. Now try to calculate the equivalent load.
The root of P1.
Calculate dynamic load. Sorry, calculate the equivalent load.
Cube root of P1 N1 P2 and
You please put off your mic. Don't discuss. Please put off your mic. You please put on your chat box. That is sufficient. If you're following the class, no need to ask whether it is cube root or square root, because already you are having a formulas with you.
లాల్
మా ఎవరమ్మా మాట్లాడేది? Okay, no problem. Plus, you tell me the answer. You tell me the answer, then I will let you know. I mean, so how many number of people are able to solve the equivalent loading condition? So that is the reason I didn't change the slide. So speed is 1080 RPM. Okay, fine. After that, calculate the equivalent load. See how? So I don't know why you are taking this much amount of time, but simply you are having a formula. So I didn't ask for the what are the remaining answer. Just I am asking for the what is the equivalent load. Just I asked for the only equivalent load. Right. So this is the equivalent load, I hope. So cube root of n1 p1 cube, n2 p2 cube, n3 p3 cube by n1 plus n2 plus n3. So actually you are having, this is the formula, right? You please substitute your values of n1, n2 and n3. Already you are having the values of n1, n2 and n3. Then you will get the equivalent load of P equal to 3823 newtons, right? 3823 newtons. So how many of you are get the exact answer? Don't say everyone. I am saying that exact answer. Please be genuine. 3823 newtons. Right. Anyway, so after having of this equivalent loading condition, what is the actual question in your problem? You try to solve the dynamic load capacity of the bearing. Here the question is, you are required to calculate dynamic load. I already told you that in addition to the equivalent load, they may ask for the question. In addition to that, maybe it may be a equivalent load, maybe life of bearing, it may be a some other. So different relations you will apply, right? So in this case, for this problem, you try to calculate the dynamic load only. So dynamic load means, what is the symbol for dynamic loading? Capital C. Capital C is the dynamic load carrying capacity. Static load carrying capacity means C naught. So here dynamic load carrying capacity you are required to calculate. And already we are having the relation C equal to P L10 whole power 1 by 3. Already you know the relation. So in this relation, P is the equivalent load. P value is the equivalent load, right? Then you calculate L10 value. How do you calculate the L10 value? 60 into N into L10H by 10 power 6. Okay, right, fine. 10 power 6. So simply substitute in the given relation and you are going to get L10 value is 648 million revolutions. Then those L10 values again substituted in the C value. C equal to P L10 value or power 1 by 3. Then you will get now to know the value of C. C value equal to 33082 newtons. 33082 newtons. So it is very simple, as simple as that for 10 marks question amma. You may expect this question for 10 marks question. Right? As simple as that, no need to remember formula, just simply substitute the given relation. That is sufficient. Understanding the given data and substitute in the relation. That is sufficient. Right? Hope you understand this problem. I am keep on saying in this model, definitely now to get confusion, they may ask the question for in this model, right? Don't confine your problem only for equivalent loading condition. Only try to only P equal to cube root of N1 P1 cube. In addition to that, they may ask for the life of bearing, or they may ask for the what we call the C naught value. They may ask for the C value, or they may ask for the some other value, right? According to that, you are ready or you are in a position to solve the problem. You are in a position to solve the problem, right? So already L10H value you are having number of revolutions in a given data. You please observe. You please observe in terms of hours is mentioned 10,000 hours in a given data. In a given data, it is already mentioned, right? See, the expected life of bearing is 10,000 hours. Expected life of bearing is 10,000 hours, right? So everything is in given data only. If you are that's the reason why please observe for at least 2 to 3 minutes until you will understand the given data. Then only you please forward to your solution. That is the best approach for any problematic what we call subject. Understanding the given data is very, very important. Right? Right. So you please try to solve many number of problems based on this thing, Amma. Then you can, if you have any doubts, Amma, then I will clarify. Right? Right. You try to solve many number of problems. Okay. We try to move to the next model. Next model of the problem. Okay, fine. So try to read on the problem. Try to read on the problem. Right. Here the question is a single row deep groove ball bearing. A single row deep groove ball bearing is subjected to a radial force of 8 kilonewtons and a thrust force of 3 kilonewtons. The value of X and Y factors are 0.56 and 1.5 respectively. 0.56 and 1.5 respectively. The shaft rotates at 1200 RPM. The diameter of the shaft is 75 mm and bearing number is 6315 with bearing capacity. So bearing capacity or dynamic load carrying capacity or whatever it is. C equal to 112,000 newtons. Is
ఈ
selected
పిల్ల
for this
తయారీ చేయించింది
Right.
తెచ్చుకోండి తెచ్చుకోండి
Ma, please put off your mic.
మళ్ళీ
Someone
ఎటు
is
తీసినా మళ్ళీ ఫోన్ చేసి తెచ్చుకోండి
please put off.
ఇంటికాడ ఉన్నాడు వస్తారు
Estimate the life of the bearing with
And mic off
90% reliability. Estimate the life of the bearing with 90% reliability and estimate the reliability for 20,000 hours life. Right? Right. So in this question, Amma, you please try to read on the problem once. Here it is a deep groove ball bearing. Right? Here it is a deep groove ball bearing. And it is subjected to a radial force of 8 kilonewtons and axial force of 3 kilonewtons. Now we need to go for the table here. Why? Because means the X and Y values are is already mentioned, right? X and Y values are directly mentioned in this problem. So it is very, very advantage for you. No need to worry or no need to check what is the value for X and what is the value for Y. The values are already mentioned. X value is 0.56 and Y value is for 1.5. Now the shaft is rotating at 1200 RPM. That shaft is rotating at 1200 RPM and the diameter of the shaft is 75 mm. Now the C value is already mentioned. C value is already mentioned for the selected application. Now you try to calculate, estimate the life of the bearing with 90% reliability and estimate the reliability for 20,000 hours life. 20,000 hours life. So you try to calculate what is the reliability here. Reliability value you try to calculate for this problem for 20,000 hour life. All right. Now in order to get clear picture of this problem, first you try to understand the factors what are that is given in a given problem. What are the given data or what are the factors we are having in this particular problem. You please try to understand what is given and what you are required to calculate. Then you can easily understand what is the required formula and what is the substitution, all those things. Right? You just simply without seeing the screen, just simply go through the problem and write down the given data, what you know and what you try to understand. Just simply take 1 or 2 minutes, then I will explain the entire thing. Just take 1 minute or 2 minutes for given data without wasting time, because we have to complete this model. Right. Okay, fine. So this problem, Amma, right. Before solving this problem, I tried to give some of the important points regarding this model. Regarding this model, then you can solve any problem based on this what we called these instructions or whatever it is. You can say whatever it is. Right. So especially this problem is based on the reliability problem. I hope you understand by looking at of your given data problem statement itself. A problem statement itself, we clearly understand this problem is based on the reliability, right? Because in the given data itself, they asked for the calculate, estimate the reliability for 20,000 hours, right? So how do you know that whether the problem is for the reliability problem or some other problem or some other model? How do you distinguish? So the distinguishing is simple thing, Amma. In a given problem statement, in a given problem, whether you find a term reliability, then directly you can apply the reliability problem. I mean, directly you can apply the reliability formula that I already mentioned for you. What is the formula? L by L10 equal to logarithm of E 1 by R by logarithm of E 1 by R90 whole power 1 by B. So that is the hope, that is the exact formula for your reliability. I already mentioned in your previous problems and formula sheet also, right? And second point is other than 90%, Amma. Other than 90%, whenever they supposed to calculate 95% or whenever they supposed to calculate, asked to calculate 99%, other than 90%, whenever in a given statement, other than 50%, other than 90%, then you can directly go for the reliability formula. You can directly apply the reliability formula. Suppose in this given case, you can suppose what is the reliability of 95% or what is the life of 95% of the bearing, right? Then directly you can go for the reliability formula. That is the best one to remember to apply the given equation, because it is very, very important what formula or which formula is suitable for our given conditions, given operating conditions. Then only you can apply. It is not that like that you are having data book simply. Application of formula is also very, very important, so that you please understand the terminology of reliability or simply whether it may be 90 other than 90% of the life of a bearing. It may be 98% or it may be a 99%, whatever it is, simple thing, right? Right. And one more thing, Amma, sometimes they may ask for the question, you can calculate the life of a bearing for 99 or 95 percentage of the bearing. You can calculate the life. If they are asked for the life of the bearing, right, then the formula is same as that of your L10 formula. What is the L10 formula? L10 or L90? L10 equal to 60 into N into L10H by 10 power 6, right? That is the formula actually we are having. So here also, in this case also, we are having same thing, but only the difference is here. Simply you have to replace L10 or L90. Suppose if you ask for L99% life of bearing, so L99 equal to same formula into N into, in place of L10H you put L99 because they ask for L99. Formula is same, but simply you have to change the percentage value. Instead of 90 you can put 95 or 99 or whatever it is, right? If they are asked for the life of a bearing, that is the only thing. That is the only thing you are required to calculate, or you have to remember that point. Okay, I hope you understand this concept, Amma. Reliability means directly you can go for the formula of reliability, or other than 90% also you can go for the reliability formula. And if at all they are asked for the life of a bearing, calculate the life of the bearing other than 90%, then also you can apply the formula same as that of your L10, same as that of your L10, right? So these things are you came across while you're solving the problem. You may have different kinds of doubts. So that is the reason why at the initial stage I am clarifying each and everything, right? Okay, fine. Now you require here you require to calculate. What is the calculation? Estimate the life of the bearing with 90% reliability and estimate the reliability for 20,000 hours. You also calculate for 20,000 hours what is the reliability, right? So first you can calculate the with 90% reliability, right? So 90% means simply you can say that L10 are similar that of L90. L10 or L90 both are similar ones. Okay. Right. Now write down the given data. So what are the data you are having? First write down the given data and what you are required to calculate. That is also very, very important. So in a given data, you are having a radial loading condition. What is the radial loading condition notation? FR. FR is the radial force. FR is the radial force. And second one is the axial loading condition or thrust loading condition. What is the axial loading condition? FA. Notation is FA. FA equal to 3 kilonewtons. Right? Now, whenever you are having a FA and FR value, I already told you that in the previous problem, you will have the values of C naught value and C value. C naught value and C values are required. Whenever you are having a radial loading condition and axial loading condition, both the loads are acted. Right? Right. Now you will see whether the C naught value is required or not here in this case. In this case, Amma, C naught value is not required. Like what we did in your previous problem. Why it is not required? Why? Because means in this problem specifically, directly they are mentioned the factors of X and Y values. Why we need for C naught value? In order to calculate the X and Y value, we require C naught. But here directly they will give the values of X and Y. X and Y factors are already mentioned in a given problem. So we doesn't require any C naught value here. Or we are not required any data values also, because the values of X and Y values are already mentioned here. Am I clear this point? Still, if you are having any doubt, you can please raise your, your doubt on your chat box, Amma. Because this is very, very important. Because in a previous problem, already we taken the C naught value, but here we didn't consider any C naught values here. Why? Because means directly they have mentioned X and Y values. X and Y values are already mentioned. If in a given, suppose in a given problem, if it is not mentioned, then you require C naught value. Then you require C naught value for calculating the X and Y. Why we require X and Y? In order to get the equivalent load, P value, equivalent radial load, P value. X into FR plus Y into FA. That is the point, Amma. That is very, very important point. I hope am I clear this point? Am I clear? Right. V1 is always a, see, someone is not following this class, I hope. So already I mentioned in the last class itself, always we consider V equal to 1 unless or until if they are specified or if there is any particular application is given. Already I told you that you are having two races, inner race and outer race, right? So whenever you are having the inner race, some V value equal to 1 and outer race, V value equal 1.25, something values you are having. But simply we are neglecting those values. Directly we will assume that V equal to 1 unless and until it is specified. Or if there is any problem, suppose if almost all the data is to be considered from your data book, suppose if the problem is like that, while you are solving the problem, then it is your choice whether you have to consider or not. There is no worries. According to application, you consider. Suppose in a data book, suppose I am considering an automobile application. By referring your data book, V value equal to 1. Then what is the problem? We'll consider V value equal to 1. No problem. There is no problem. You are having a formula X into VFR plus Y into FA. Then again in a data book also V value is available. Consider V value equal to 1 or V value equal to 1.25 or V value equal to something, whatever it is. Depending upon your type of problem. I am saying that depending upon your type of problem, you will consider. No problem. No problem. Right? Right. 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 So that is the reason why I am not mentioned here. X into Y or only Y into FA only I am considered. That means my assumption is V equal to 1. My assumption is V equal to 1. If at all I am referring for data book, then definitely I will consider V value. Definitely I will consider V value. Okay? Right. So that is the case, Amma. So that is the case. So 6315 value is given and C value is already mentioned. So the first step is here you require to calculate the equivalent load. Equivalent load formula is P equal to X into FR plus Y into FA. Right? X into FR plus FY into FA. Simply you have to
Time
calculate.
up, sir.
So you can calculate, no problem. Still 5 more minutes are there, no problem. So X into FR plus Y into FA, you calculate P value. That is the first point, right? Next, second point is you try to calculate, right? You try to calculate the L10 value. That is the life of bearing in terms of million revolutions. Estimate the life of bearing here, that is mentioned clearly. Estimate the life of bearing, right? You calculate the life of bearing. L10 equal to C by P whole power 3. Why I am considering the 3 means simply based on your ball bearing or roller bearing, you can consider your values, right? Then you please observe in a given screen, apply the reliability formula. L by L10 equal to, right? You can say that it may be in terms of our L10H, right? L10H you can consider. L10H equal to logarithm of E 1 by R by logarithm of E 1 by R90. Here R90 means 90% of the reliability. R90 means 90% of the reliability. Percentage. And I already mentioned that B value in a given formula sheet. I already mentioned B value. B value equals some 1.17, right? So simply you substitute all your relations on a given formula and you will get the R value equal to 92%. Here you cannot say that, I mean other than 90 here, these reliability values other than 90. So whether it may be a 90% or 98%, 99%, it doesn't require here. Just only it requires the life of a bearing for reliability of some hours. Here it is clearly mentioned in a given problem. Estimate the reliability for 20,000 hours. For a 20,000 hours of life of a bearing, what is the reliability? That means here I am calculating other than 90%. So the answer is here 92%. That means your calculated value is 92%. So for the answer, the conclusion is very simple, amma. For a 92% of the bearing, the life of a bearing is 20,000 hours. And for a 90% of the bearing, the life is simply some 26945 hours or something like that. That is the conclusion. So that is how you supposed to calculate, how you supposed to understand the problem. Here 92% resembles the value of the life of the particular bearing, 92% of the life. L92. I told you that the reliability formula is applied for other than 90. So here I am calculating for 92% of the bearing. I am having a life cycle of 20,000 hours or some hours. You can say that some hours, right? So this is how you supposed to calculate the reliability. Very, very, very important. So whatever the problems we are discussed here, they are combination of problems, amma. But I taken individually for model wise. Model wise I have taken individually. But in the examination, they may ask for combinedly. Suppose consider previous problem. In a previous problem, you are having a dynamic loading condition, number of work cycles. For a number of work cycles, they may ask for the life of bearing for 90%, 90% or 95%. Likewise, they may combine problems. So please understand the different types of models we are having in a rolling contract bearing. B values are already available in data book. Just for reference only, I am taking standard value, that is whatever the data book you are having, B value to 1.17 only or nearer to 1.17. No worries. No need to remember, amma. Here no need to remember any value. Just understand the relation, that is sufficient. No need to remember any value. For your purpose only, I am giving this value. That is the only thing. For your reference only, I am given the value. Right? No need to worry anything. No need to remember anything. Just simply understand what I am saying here, what I am applying here, and practice the problems by putting your book aside of data book. Data book లేకుండా ఏదో మీరు చూడకుండా చేద్దాం కూడా చేయమాకండి. ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్ కదా అవసరం లేదు. డేటా బుక్ పక్కన పెట్టుకొని టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ పక్కన పెట్టుకొని ఎలా చేశారో చూసుకోండి. That is sufficient. That is sufficient. Definitely will get through the examination. Right? So I hope almost all the models I have covered. In the next class, directly we try to solve problems on sliding contact bearings. I provide a formula sheet. You please put aside of a formula sheet while you're solving the problems. Okay. Right. So thanks for patience, Amma. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.